today I'm going to revisit the top 10 scariest kids shows from the 90s. Now, they weren't always designed to be scary, but ended up being quite freaky in their own right. Now, producers and our parents were fine with us watching these shows, despite us getting traumatised senseless. So I compiled a list with some help from some Facebook friends to find out which shows were the most scary of the decade. Now sit back, relax, but then scream! Starting off at number 10, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Beginning right back in 1990, this show was about a group of teenagers who would recount scary stories around a campfire. Tales would involve ghosts, vampires, werewolves, haunted houses and clowns. Pretty scary, right? Tom from the South Coast says, Are You Afraid of the Dark has one of the freakiest opening titles of any kids show. Now let's take a look to see just how freaky they are. Our next entry comes courtesy of Darren from Hampshire, who says, The Night on Incredible Games. Now this one I'd never heard of until I watched a few clips. Hosted originally by the floating head of David Walliams.
You've come to the right place then, because I am the lift, and this is Incredible Games.
This CBBC version of the Crystal Maze involved kids taking on various strategy games, including a giant chess-style puzzle starring the ominous Dark Knight. No, not that one. The kids would have to make their way through the board and not be captured by the knight. Doesn't sound too scary, right?
I have a very bad feeling about this.
No, 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 no! We've lost John!
Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happen? Are you going round a twist? Have you ever?
Now you must remember this theme tune. This incredible show was set in an Australian lighthouse back in the 90s, and it was an iconic television staple. It involved some quite bizarre themes, including a peeing contest, a boy turning into a mermaid, and a propeller penis episode that helps you win a swim race.
Watson, you've got a whirly willy.
Its nightmarish peak was the episode where poor Linda Twist gets chased by a very tonguey scarecrow. Halfway Across the Galaxy is a very less known show. It was about a family that found refuge from space onto Earth, and it was filmed in Melbourne. The family were being hunted by the terrifying looking chief, who was very sinister and used to give me nightmares.
Where is she?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar! If you don't talk, I'll take you back to Zergon and dump you in the lava.
Who are you? Get out of here!
don't talk, I'll finish him off.
Not only was he terrifying, he also had the ability to clone other characters, and you could always tell who was the clone, because they would have a sinister black eyeball.
Loved it. But my parents wanted a better life for my sister and me. So we moved to a place so wholesome, so squeaky clean you could only find it on TV. Unfortunately,
Erie, Indiana picked up a cult following despite only running for 19 episodes across one season. It was about a chap called Marshall who moved to the literal Erie. The neighbourhood is made up of bizarre inhabitants. They are faced by the local Bigfoot and the long-living Elvis Presley.
Thank you, little paper boy.
Erie, Indiana.
Described as Stephen King hits suburbia with a side order of Stranger Things, it's definitely one to rewatch if you like a bit of vintage weird. Now you probably saw The Animals of Farvingwood at school. It was based on a series of books about a group of woodland animals. Now each had its own distinct voice and personality. This sounds quite lovely, quite charming, but the creators decided to teach little kids on a regular basis about life and death.
Oh no. Trouble when the cars move, I want to stop. Come on, dear.
I can't.
Please.
Don't curl up.
Please.
Whatever you do, dearest, don't curl up.
Andy said, "Mate, I was always scared of grotbags."
Yes, it's me, grotbags! I'm back, rats!
Hickory-dickory clocked.
I'd never heard of this show myself. Maybe it was slightly before my time. It was based on a fictional witch named Grotbags, who was very similar to a very lame pantomime villain. She lived in gloomy fortress with her minions, of which included a talking nettle plant, a bat, a dodo, and a bloody weird cauldron.
We hate brats. I could sell my super brat trap to witches.
And they will beat you up.
No, they will beat a path to your door.
No, they will give me lots and lots of lolly.
Grumble, my humble chumette. If you were to build a better trap, pray what would you catch in it, eh? Answer me, you of the cast-iron cranium.
Does that answer your question, Lumpy?
Where's Jade? What's that?
And I made the sensational discovery.
Now you probably haven't heard of this one. The Tomorrow People was about kids who had superpowers such as teleportation. One season, The Living Stones, was based on a comet that hit a sleepy town in Surrey. It still haunts me today. Alien eggs came out of the comet, and whoever came into contact with them was body snatched, replacing their eyes with a terrifying green glow.
No questions, come on, I'm getting out of here. We have to get the generator and put it somewhere safe.
What's the matter with you? Bill, what's the matter? Please.
says, "Goosebumps, even just the intro." Lee says, "That dog gave me nightmares. Haha." Mark says, "Oh, I remember that dog. Scary as hell." Goosebumps was the legendary show for any kid growing up in the 1990s. Originally a hit book series, it became a smash success on both sides of the Atlantic. The series contained many spooky episodes, from evil ventriloquist dummies to haunted masks that could attach themselves to your face.
You will beware. You're in for a scare.
Now, what show takes the #1 spot on my scary list? Let's find out. Look into my eyes. You feel so tired, so early in the day.
It all began.
I don't get it. I really do not get it.
Perhaps you need
reminding. Lauren says definitely the Demon Headmaster.
The prefects are the voice of the headmaster.
I will not endure disorder.
The #1 scariest show is The Demon Headmaster. Based on a series of books, this was an iconic part of kids' TV which would terrify kids everywhere. Kids at a local school would be under the strict control of the Demon Headmaster. This terrifying man would hypnotise children and then enslave them, hoping to take over the entire world.
In front of you are 6 straw dolls. You will advance on them, and you will pull them to pieces.
Now, did you know the Demon Headmaster came back very recently? It's worth checking out the reboot, and I very rarely say that. Thank you for watching my top 10 scariest TV shows. I hope it wasn't too traumatising. Now, if I missed out on anything, please write it in the comments below. Now, my next video will be about the top 10 scariest TV adverts, so please don't have nightmares. See you around.